Hello, today we're going to look at chromatography, which is a separation technique. Chromatography is something that you will do in year 7 or maybe 8 and as well as in year 11. Chromatography is used to separate ink and dyes, and when you do it in year 7 or 8, you're looking at the fundamentals of how it works, and in year 11 it is used as a required practical. So, have you ever noticed when a felt pen is dropped in water, what happens to the ink? Have you ever wondered why the different colors are separated and how? Just like the felt pens, if you was to drop these sweets into water, you will notice that the sugar coating is also made out of something that dissolves in water. So the answer is different colored dyes. So what is chromatography? Chromatography is a technique that is used to separate different colored dyes or liquids that are soluble in solvents such as water or organic solvents, and the different colored dyes will separate into different colors depending on their solubility. So these are called S terms in science. S terms means solubility words. So something that can be dissolved is called soluble. Something that cannot be dissolved is called insoluble. The solid that can be dissolved is solute. The mixture of solute and solvent is solution. And the liquid part of the solute is which we dissolve is called solvent. Now, how do you set up the apparatus to do chromatography? You start off with a chromatography paper and you draw a pencil line, which is here. So on the pencil line, you'll draw a dot of the color you want to separate. You then just about submerge the chromatography paper in water. It needs to be just about touching the water line and not in quite a lot. So you might wonder, why do the colors actually separate out? The colors are separating depending on the solubility. The most soluble colors travel the furthest on top of the paper, and the least are on the bottom of the paper or may even remain on the pencil line because they're not soluble at all. In terms of exams, these are the kind of questions you may see in the exam paper. They can ask you to measure the RF value. They can ask you to say which color is present in the mixture. And in order to do that, you can get a ruler and measure that you can see in both. You have got number 3, which is green, and also you've got number 5 in the mixture, which is yellow. So, question, we're going to look at chromatogram and figure out what colors are present in Z. In order to do that, you can draw a line across to measure if you got purple, which you do, green and yellow. So if you look at Z, it's made out of 1, 2 and 3 because you can see the purple's there, green is there, and so is yellow. But you then need to see is if you go horizontally match up, but then you need to see is which out of the 3 colors have got purple, green and yellow. And if you look at 2, it has exactly the 3 colors as Z has. So the ink that Z is made out is number 2. Now, I mentioned briefly the RF value before, so I'm just only going to explain what that means, mainly for Key Stage 4 rather than Key Stage 3, which is a GCSE. So this here is your pencil line where you drew the dots for the color. And here, if you imagine, if you had the solvent and it only went up to there, and that will become your solvent front. In order to calculate the RF value, RF value is equal to distance moved by color divided by distance moved by solvent front. Now the word solvent front means how far did the water or whatever solvent you was using traveled up the water, up the paper. So for example, if I was to get a ruler and measure the distance between here and here, and for argument's sake, if that was 2 centimeters, and if I was to get a ruler and measure this distance from there to there, and let's just say it's 6 centimeters, then you just do 2 divided by 6, and that's how you calculate the RF value. But this is just an example. In reality, the RF value has to be less than 1, which means in the exam, if you get a bigger number than 1, then you have divided the wrong numbers around. I hope this helps you to do your GCSE as well as the Key Stage 3 investigation in chromatography. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you for watching the video.